Hello and welcome to the Travel Enthusiast channel. Today I'm going to be talking about choosing your GCSE subjects. Okay, so I did my GCSEs 2 years ago. I did my options, so what I was going to choose 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I can't count, 5 years ago. I did the compulsory subjects, so mathematics, obviously maths, English language, English literature. I did a double award in science, core science, additional science, which was biology, chemistry, physics. So those were the compulsory subjects. Then I went to a all-boys Catholic school, so I had to do RA as well. And then we did another one, which was citizenship, which is just basically like life, so like things that go on in the world issues. And then we did like just games, which was like sports each week, but it didn't count towards anything. It was just to get us fit. And then, okay, so the subjects I chose was French, business studies, history, geography, and that's it, then 4. Yeah. Okay, so they're the subjects. Okay, so at my school, we weren't pressured to pick a language or, you know, to pick a humanities subject. We just chose the ones we wanted to pursue. I absolutely hated French, so not to put you off from choosing a language or French in particular, but I absolutely hated French. French was very boring to me. I wish I never did it. I was so good at it in year 9. I did an FCSE qualification and I got a merit, so, and you know, I liked it from year 7 to year 9, so I was like, okay, this is quite good, like I'll pick it up as a GCSE because I think I'm quite good at it. Yeah, I wasn't bad, I guess, in some assessments, but overall I absolutely hated it. I dreaded every single lesson. The only thing really that like allowed me to, you know, push through was my friend that I sat next to, which really helped me. He helped me get through it. So I suggest only picking it if you're quite kind of fluent, I guess, because it is hard. You do control assessments, you do writing assessments, you do speaking assessments, which I'll talk about that in another video, I feel, because I don't want to go off sidetrack. I don't want to, you know, yeah, there's a lot of assessments, which is quite good. It's about 40% assessment. It's either 40 or 60% controlled assessments and then 40 or 60 exams, so it's quite good. History was okay. We did topics like how British society changed, 1948 I think, I can't remember the year, but yeah, that. Russia, we did Vietnam War, Cuban Missile Crisis, so the topics we did was quite interesting. Some not so much, but yeah. I really recommend looking into the subject because with history, I've been talking to my friends that go to different schools and they learn different topics. So I would look into that because you will learn different things, because my friend learned about India and about America and stuff like that, which we didn't cover, so that is something to look into. Third subject, I did business studies. Now business studies, if you're not good at maths, don't pick business studies. Okay, it's quite basic maths. If you do foundation, then you're fine. It's quite basic maths. It's just simple equations. For me, you had to remember a few equations, how to calculate that and this, but you get given a calculator in the exam. For me, I did. But apart from that, it's just essay writing, definitions you have to remember, so it's not too hard, business studies. And the fourth subject, geography. Geography. That was one of my favourite subjects. We did coasts. We did tectonics. I don't want to get confused. I think tectonics. We did like ice. We did like urbanization. No, was it? I think it was something we touched on. I think it's population actually, and like disasters. So topics like that. That was very interesting. I don't think there was. I'm more of a human geography person than a physical, so it was quite good that we did a balance and we did a mix. Obviously maths is maths. I mean, I don't really need to explain it to you. I did high absolutely awful. Hate maths. Makes me feel sick. And the fact that my A-level psychology, geography and business, my A-levels, not sociology, involve maths, and I'm like, great, what have I signed up for? And then English language, well, for me anyway, I'm sure it's changed. GCSEs have changed so much now, but for me anyway, I'm sure it's kind of the same. We did 6 questions, the higher tier, 6 questions, and it was like 8 marks, 16, it was like 12, 16, 24 or something like that. I don't want to get confused. Wait, was it 24? I don't want to get confused with the A level. It's, you know, it's overlapping a little. Yeah, so most of the questions were based on sources. So English language is probably a fairly, like, it's an okay subject to get a good grade in and to pass it at least. So I know quite a few people struggle with it, so not to put you down, but it is a fairly reasonable, like, it's compared to all the GCSEs I've done, English language probably one of the easiest. Because yeah, you can revise like how to answer the questions, how to use techniques, how to use devices and all that stuff, but at the end of the day you don't really need to revise like you need to in RE, history, geography, chemistry, English literature. I had a love-hate relationship with English literature. So we read Of Mice and Men, we read, oh no, I was going to say To Kill a Mockingbird, but that was year 9. And Macbeth was year 10, and then Of Mice and Men was year 11, I'm pretty sure, or it was year 10, I can't remember. We read a range of poems, which I know for the kids now you have to do, you have to remember all of them, you don't get given the actual extracts, which we did, which I was very lucky to get. Yeah, we read a range of ones. We read war ones, we read, you know, quite modern ones, you know, about like Belfast confetti, that's one I can remember. So that was quite interesting to actually read them and then to actually understand like the message behind it, because obviously people interpret poems differently, you know, person to person. So it was so good, honestly, to go over it and be like, okay, so this is what they meant, and be like, whoa, okay, that's not what I thought. Okay, and then obviously the double award science, I did biology, chemistry, physics, of course. Biology is my favourite. Physics was my least favourite because again, involves a lot of maths. Chemistry was more of like equations, and like bonds, is it bonds? And like see, I don't know, I did it like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, so I don't really remember. Like the nuclei or nucleus or something like that, I don't even know. Of like atoms, I literally have no clue. I got a C, so you know, it's fine. Yeah, biology was so interesting. You learned about like the Big Bang, I'm pretty sure, evolution, animals, you know, your body. Okay, lastly, RE, well, second to last, RE, we learned in year 10 Mark's Gospel, and year 11 was ethics. Year 11 ethics, so good, honestly. Like, you just learned about abortion and euthanasia, and just, it was just so interesting, and like there was so much debate, and we just discussed through the lesson, and it was, honestly, it was so good to do that, and it even opened my eyes and educated me through discussion. Mark's Gospel was a lot of Bible reading. Citizenship wasn't really it wasn't a GCSE. I got a pass, but it wasn't a GCSE, and that was quite a laid-back subject. I mean, you had essays that you just did in class, but you didn't really, like, we just kind of learnt from textbook. It wasn't really, because it wasn't a GCSE, we didn't really learn just about gambling and just, you know, issues, drugs and stuff. So, okay, my recommendation and tips for you, as I like to do in my videos, is that please don't pick, I know this is obvious, you know, you always get told this by your teachers and your family and friends, don't pick subjects based around your friends, literally, don't. Put yourself in your mind for a moment, ignore everything, and be like, what do I want to do? What subjects do interest me, you know? I don't care about my friends at the moment. Because, you know, who knows, like, they probably want to be your friends in like a few years' time. So, they always say, oh, it's good to pick a humanities subject, it's good to pick a language, which is good, of course, it opens up your options, but do pick subjects that you're interested in, regardless, like, even if it's like, oh, media and film, which aren't like considered like academic, it's good to just do subjects you enjoy, because then you can get a good grade in. It's better to get, say, 3 A's in, or 4 A's in subjects you love than get, say, 3 D's in, or 4 D's in subjects you hate but they're good. Try and pick subjects that are different from one another. So you could do one that's quite essay based, so like history, geography, RE, and then do a subject that is quite creative, so music, art, textiles, you know, to really open up doors and opportunities. My subjects were based purely on just what I enjoyed, you know, because I did geography, history, geography, history, and French from year 7 to year 9. Business studies I've never done, but I heard good things from it. My parents are in the business. Also, I have a background and understanding of what it entails, so, you know, that's kind of why I chose it. Just think, you have to do a subject for 2 years. for 2 years. That is a long time. But just really think, just, do I need this? Do I want this? Do I, like, does this excite me? Read up on it, research. Go online, look at the spec, look at past papers of that subject, and just see what they ask for and like what you can do with that job, with a job in that career, I guess. Please be smart with your options, and don't disregard BTECs as well. Please pick up BTECs if you can, and if it's in a subject you like, you know, just to break it up a little bit, so you're not doing all GCSEs. In addition to that, it is important, your GCSEs. I know people think, oh, they're not important. Like, I'm on the next stage now, I'm doing A-levels. I did my college course and I'm doing A-levels. And yeah, they're not so much important, like, to me personally. I feel like you just, as long as you've got A star to C, 9 to 4 in maths, English and science, you're okay. But universities do look at your GCSEs, they look at everything. They look at your A-level results, A-level predicted, your A-level predicted ASs, whatever, GCSEs, other qualifications, experience, your personal statement, everything. You can always talk to your teachers as well. They can give you advice, or or maybe a subject you didn't even consider, and so a teacher could be like, oh, he's really good at art. He has an eye for art. It's good to keep options open, rather than trying to specialise in a subject or in a career. Sorry, for now. Like, even your A-levels, it's good to pick. That's why they say pick facilitating subjects for A-levels. Like, I chose geography, that's not the reason, but geography is a facilitating subject, history, English literature. So, so it's good, you know, to just keep options open, just in case you might want to go back to that subject. But also have in mind, back in mind, your next stage. You know, if you want to go to college and do a BTEC or A-levels, or you want to go sixth form and do A-levels, BTECs, whatever. Just think, okay, because most courses at A-level, or even BTEC, you need to have studied that at GCSE. So I did geography at GCSE, and I'm doing A-level geography. You know, business at GCSE, I did at college, and I'm doing psychology and sociology. Not many schools do that at A-level at GCSE, so it was quite hard, you know. But they still looked at my other GCSEs and felt that I could do that course. And to be fair, a lot of my GCSEs were essay based. So they kind of looked at that and was like, okay, that's good. They saw I achieved good in my business course and stuff like that. I hope this video has been useful to you if you want to pick your GCSEs, or you know, or you want to know a little bit of what each of my courses entailed. Please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you.